Good evening, one and all, and welcome to the Toon Review for tonight's match review, latest news show after Newcastle United's 0-0 draw with Leeds at Elland Road. Unfortunately, that is our job to talk about the game and review it, so we will be doing that. Also, the player ratings, they should be interesting as well. And obviously touching on all the latest news today. As usual, if you do enjoy the show, guys, please do give it a like. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. It is completely free of charge. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload or a live show. Of course, you can become a member of the Toon Review if you hit that join button just underneath us. Plenty prizes to give away. I think we'll give away a few on the deadline day show tomorrow as well. And of course, super chats are available. That's the $ at the bottom of the live comments. And if you do super chat, you will guarantee your comment to be read out on the show. Good evening, chaps.
And good evening, and good evening to the Toon Review Massive, the Magpie Massive, and all you terrific people out there in Viewerland.
I'm not wearing a Wolves shirt, Marcus. It's a South Shields away shirt supporting non-league teams, matey. So don't worry, it's not a Wolves shirt. That would be insane. It's definitely South Shields, mate. But never mind. Anyway, did we get a good sleep last night, gentlemen? After watching that last night,
We did. And I had one at fucking 3 o'clock, or whatever time it was, 5:30.
Yeah. Right. Well, before we go any further, obviously we have to do the man of the match poll, guys. So as you. We have to pick 3, obviously 1 each, and then 1 between us. So somehow out of last night's performance, we need to find 4 players. Alex, you can go first tonight, matey.
Easy, Tina Livramento.
And that's the man of the match.
Now it gets harder.
I'm going for Nick Pope, Billy.
Yeah, I'll go for Nick Pope as well then.
No,
I'll say Sven Botman. I know they're not for the first half, but
right, okay. And we need to put 1 more in there.
I don't think anybody's deserving.
I mean, Ramsey.
Can I make a suggestion? Should we put the fans in there tonight?
No, because they'll win, and it's a man of the match, not fans of the match.
Well, they never stopped singing.
He's got a point.
In disgraceful rain conditions.
It's a long time in the youth play for us.
Yeah.
Fabian Scher's got the highest rating on SofaScore, if that counts for anything.
Yeah, we'll push Shah in. There you go. So there you go. There's your 4 players for tonight's man of the match poll. Is it Livramento, Pope, Botman, or Fabian Scher? Get voting, and we will revisit that at the end of the show. DK35 has a super chat thrown in. We need a creative midfielder. We didn't have anything, and games are coming thick and fast after the break. Eddie's alluded to that numerous times, how thick and fast the games are coming after this international break. I'll tell you what, I still don't think we're done in the transfer market. But, of course, don't forget, guys, tomorrow, 10:30 a.m., me and Billy will be live all the way through till the window closes. Alex will be joining us later on in the day. Not sure about Lady Sam yet. I haven't spoken to Sam, but we'll see. We're trying to get some guests on. Sorry, mate?
I think she's going to be around, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see. It's going to be a great day because we're raising money for 4 charities, obviously. Every super chat that we raise on the show tomorrow is for charity. We've done this for the past God knows how many deadline days. We do really well, and that's down to you guys. So tune in from 10:30 in the morning when we get cracking, and we'll be on air all the way through till the window closes and a little bit after, obviously, to discuss what happened during the day. But I expect Newcastle United to be a little bit busy tomorrow. Guys, do you agree? Do you think that we'll be busy?
Yes, I do. I think we'll certainly be looking for another striker and potentially another midfield player as well.
Yeah,
and there's potential outgoing. So yeah, I think we'll be busy.
Well, Miley's been touted around again today, you know, guys, as a loan out.
Not going to happen. Not with Ram taking a knock, Joe Linton taking a knock.
I agree. But stranger things have happened.
Could have been on the man in the match poll, really, because he had a fairly decent.
He was decent when he came on, but it's too late now. We've already
we have
the poll
we'll definitely be busy,
underway.
just not midfielders. Very unlikely it'll be midfielders, but striker wise, I mean, there's probably going to be maybe a bid for Wissa, maybe a bid for Strand Larsen, again, maybe more bids. Then maybe there'll be a left field bid for someone. There always is, and then maybe we get linked with somebody absolutely outrageous that we don't need. We'll get linked with another goalkeeper from somewhere in the Arctic Circle, because it does tend to happen. So it will probably be all of the above.
Yeah, it's gonna be fascinating to see what happens, and of course, fascinating to see what happens with the Rat. I think Newcastle fans at Leeds after the game made themselves very clear as to how they feel about Alexander Isak. I won't be doing that chant on air tonight because the "see you next Tuesday" word was used in the chant. But yeah, it was pretty much get this message through your head, Alexander Isak, to be fair. But we will see. We will see. Now, those of you that didn't catch the news video earlier on today, I did a video with regards to Johan Wissa, or Wissa. I'm sure it's pronounced Wissa, but I was corrected in the comments from the earlier video. But Wissa or Wissa, whoever it is, right? He has released a statement today. Now, you guys, it's clear to me that the statement sort of symbolizes a very different situation to what Alexander Isak's in. Billy, he said that he got it in writing, which Alexander Isak didn't. So, you know, you're going word of mouth, basically, for what Isak's saying. But he didn't, you know, we were chatting before we went on air there, and he didn't mention what the reasonable fee was or was between or anything like that. But the fact he's got something in writing, does that give him a bit more leeway than what Isak has?
I guess so. If he's got proof of the promise that he was allowed to leave, the only grey area for me is reasonable fee. What constructs a reasonable fee? Reasonable to who? Reasonable to us? Reasonable to them? Because 60 million isn't reasonable to anybody apart from Brentford.
Yeah.
And it wasn't 60 million when the window started. It was 25 million. So there you go. It's
this is a big. It's a huge difference here. Like we've been abundantly clear since day one that Isak was not for sale, but there is a valuation of the player of 150. Yeah. That's been clear cut since day one. Whereas Brentford have rejected 25 mil bids from other teams. I think it was Forest, didn't they? And then they said they wanted a bit more. But it's varied. They've had bids. 35 plus 5 was the last bid. So it's not. I don't think that's unreasonable. I do think it's a little bit on the lower side, considering he scored 19 goals from open play last year, because he's a fantastic player. But then you've got to factor in age and the fact he's going to go away to AFCON, so there is that as well. I don't think that's an unreasonable fee. Of course, they've got every right to reject it, but is that unreasonable? No. Especially the position that we're in, they know they might be able to get sort of 50 out of us, certainly, because we've bid that for Strand Larsen, and we bid more than that. So I don't know why we can't just bid that for Wissa. It's very odd.
It's a very strange situation. What he did do in that statement, though, Billy, is he did something that Alexander Isak didn't, and thanked the fans and mentioned the fans on numerous occasions within that statement. Now, look, Isak didn't mention the fans once in his statement, didn't thank any of the fans, actually. Wissa did. And I think it came across, for me, a lot more genuine than Isak's statement did. And I think he generally does, he really does have a big place in his heart for Brentford. But I think what we're seeing there from Wissa is a player who knows how old he is now, knows that he's coming to the back end of his career, has an opportunity to play for a huge club like Newcastle United, but not just that, playing the elite club competition in world football.
Yeah, it's always good to have a player that knows how old he is. That's the first point.
Such a tosser.
Yeah. he's got ambition, hasn't he? And he's 29, nearly 30. He wants to do all he can in his career. His last big move, he wants to move to a big club as far as he's concerned, as far as we're concerned. And and we seized the opportunity of moving to a side that's playing Champions League football this year. It's a dream for him, isn't it? And no wonder he wants to come. I don't blame him.
Mm. I think, Alex, I said in the video earlier on, I don't really agree with what Wissa's doing, and player power and all of this. I think the clubs have to be very careful, and we don't really want anybody to set a trend for this to continue into other transfer windows. But the fact he's got it in writing, I think, gives him a bit of an upper hand, really, to say, look, that was agreed, we got it in writing. But again, it's nobody knows what this reasonable transfer fee is. I mean, there's 1 day left in the window. It's hard for him to push that narrative now, because if he tried to force legal action or anything, you couldn't get that done within the day anyway. So he's in a difficult spot.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't follow what Isak did. I mean, he didn't in the beginning. He did similar, but he went back to training. But then now he's thrown his toys out the pram because he does want to get the move. Mm-hmm. I do think there are huge differences, though. If we're stated a fee and the fee would unlock the transfer, then we would pay the fee. I'm pretty sure. Whereas obviously that's not been the case for Liverpool. It's been completely the opposite. If anything, they've stifled their opportunity to sign replacements and been nowhere near the valuation at all. Whereas just with Brentford, if Brentford went, right, well, it's definitely 60 or no dice, then fine. We know where we stand. No problems with Brentford. We're not going to start spamming social media with free Wissa, like whatever. It is what it is. And the difference is as well, if he's got that in writing, fair enough, but you still need to play for the club. You need to let your agent do the work for you. You need to be respectful for the club that employs you, the fan base. They've given you the opportunity. Yeah. And yeah, he just, it's a similar situation, but we just need to make sure we need to come out of this on top PR wise, because they will try and drag us through the mud. There was a lady today, or it might have been yesterday on Sky. She works for the Times that tried to drag us through the mud as well by creating some lies about what the fans were chanting, pretending that the fans were chanting specifically towards Eddie Howe and the players about Isak. Yeah. And she said she was actually at Villa Park. So she's clearly either misguided, misremembering, or she's lying. I hope it's not the third option, because that was clarified by Keith Downey and that was removed by Sky. So it's confirmed that that's not true, but she's gone and spouted it live on national television anyway. So there's a lot of deception going on and lies, and it's we need to keep our hands clean this summer as much as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we will see what happens, because one day it's going to be.
I've got the statement, by the way, if you want to see it.
Well, I mean, I read the statement out on the video. I think it's there for all to see, really, isn't it? It's a heartfelt one, but it depends what you want to believe in. By the way, just on the transfer show tomorrow, I have one confirmed guest so far, and that is Warren Barton.
William.
So Warren Barton will be joining us round about 10 a.m. Californian time. So I'll have to work that out with him. And find out what time that is. It's 5 hours. Is it 6 or 7 hours? No, Billy. 10 a.m. his time.
It'll be about 6 o'clock, won't it?
Yeah, something like that. So I've just looked. He has messaged me back and said 10 a.m. Californian time. So Warren Barton will be on with us tomorrow to discuss the transfer window. Very interesting to hear what he's got to say about all this Isak stuff. He's already said it online anyway, so I think...
Got a Liverpool fan giving us money to chat shit. Okay,
well, let's have a look. Magpie50 says, Paul, have you read Wissa's statement? Yes, I have, mate. I read it.
It is Wissa, by the way. Ignore their corrections. It's Wissa.
It is Wissa.
French from the DR Congo.
Yes.
It's Wissa.
It's got a W, but it's pronounced as a V. I always knew that. So whoever the bell end was in the comments from my video earlier on today, you're wrong.
Unless the DR Congo, because obviously French differs.
It is Wissa. The commentators say Wissa as well. I know for a fact it's Wissa.
France don't pronounce W's as V's.
Billy, get back in your zen. Emma, thank you for your super chat. Hi, Paul, Billy, Bob, and Alex from a cold Scotland. And it was unusual watching the match with a nice Mackem having a great holiday. Okay.
Rare those are.
Yeah, very. Kilo Sierra says Barcelona home is when I'm on holiday in Spain.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Peter Garthwaite says, if we don't sign another striker and Isak stays, Voltemade must be the starting striker. Isak should only be backup. Well, they were talking about reintegrating him to play with Voltemade.
He's going to be Darren Quall's replacement at this point in time. So
yeah, he is. Yeah. PC41 says 17th and below United. No wonder Isak begging to leave. You were a prick, quite honestly. I mean, why have you come onto a Newcastle channel?
Well, I mean, he has put a fishing rod.
Yeah,
paid money,
like a pipe.
But he's paid money, and that's just really sad.
It is match day 3 as well.
Yeah, it is.
And the decisions from the top clubs have been really, well, I say the top was the cartel clubs have been absolutely disgraceful in the last couple of weeks as well. So,
to be fair, what a winner that was by Szoboszlai today. What a free kick that was. Jesus Christ. And Graham Ritchie, a member for 44 months. Greetings, lads, from the Caymans. I will be so glad when this window is over. I'm so fed up with it. Well, look, I think what we're going to get tomorrow, Billy, is a deadline day that we've probably never had for quite a while. Something actually to talk about.
Alison Ashby. That's the only one we've had, really, isn't it? Since the takeover one after the takeover, where we had 2 or 3 coming in, 3 or 4 maybe. It's been nothing since then apart from Alison Ashby. Yeah, it's been very slim pickings, but I think tomorrow, I don't know, we're going to deal with it, to be honest.
Well, it'd be a strange one because normally we're having to sing songs and play guitars and all of this sort of stuff. We might be caught up in a huge transfer wrangle. Alex, if Liverpool came back tomorrow with 130 plus add-ons, do you think Newcastle would look at that, despite everything that's been said?
So.
Yeah.
You have to. Absolutely. Why would you not take that? You've got to take it. You've absolutely got to take it. I would. And then you've got to try and.
Sure. If you've got a house for sale for 150.
Well, no. You missed a bit there, Billy. He said 30 mil plus add-ons, so it depends on what those add-ons are, right?
Yeah, I guess if it's 5 million add-ons, I'd say no. 10 million, I'd say no. It's got to equal 150.
I don't think we get 150, Billy. I've been thinking about this a lot. But not if we get Wissa in, Billy. There's no way we keep paying Isak's wages when we bring Wissa and Voltemade in. This is what Newcastle will probably be discussing. It's the fact of how do we look at this? Because do we want to keep a bad apple at the club? And Liam Kennedy mentioned this in the Geordie Journal's video after the game last night. Do we really want to keep a bad apple at the club just for the sake of a few million?
There's a World Cup next year. His value could rocket. No, I wouldn't sell him. Personally.
So what would you do for
130 plus good add-ons?
I think it should. Well, if it's good add-ons, 20 million's worth, yeah. But
we're not going to get 20 million of add-ons.
Well,
not a chance.
Well, it depends if it's achievable add-ons, because obviously Isak's ultimate goal for wanting to go to Liverpool is because he wants to try and win league titles and Champions Leagues in his career, which I get, because we're not there yet. We're possibly 3 to 5 years off of trying to compete at the top end. Well, if he'd have stayed and kicked on, we might have been a little bit closer than that, but it's one of those things, and it takes you a long time, especially then in the Champions League, to get consistent and progress in those competitions. It takes years to get used to it, and it's a whole array. But I don't understand why you wouldn't do that, Billy, because surely at some point you've got to overpay for a transfer. Like, is it the end of the world if you have to overpay once? And I think for Wissa, if Brentford give you an F-off fee, you pay it, because it fixes the transfer window for us as a club, right? And ultimately, Voltemade and Wissa will accumulate more goals, fingers crossed, you would imagine, than our previous 2 strikers from last season. So getting the 130 plus add-ons.
I wouldn't pay £60 million for a man that's out of contract next year who's nearly 30. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Well, we need to sign someone, though.
I agree. I'd sooner sign Van Larsen for that price. And I think this is a better player. Wow. But at least Van Larsen is younger and has a bit of a ceiling. Anyhow, Emi Martinez's replacement just give a penalty away.
Has he?
Penalty.
He's expected
playing,
to,
is he?
No, Martinez hasn't played, but his replacement just give a penalty away.
I think Martinez is heading to Manchester United by all accounts, if you believe the
scores.
So Palace are beating Villa.
Yeah,
Wow.
Why
Openda
would you
apparently
go
is
to Man
available
United
for 40
over
million.
Villa?
Who is?
Openda, 40 million. I'd take him all day, every day.
Well, yeah. Why would anybody go to Manchester United over Villa as well? I know this is a very similar conversation to us versus Man United. Villa is in such a better place right now. A better manager, a better squad, much better atmosphere, better ambition, much more likely to get back into Europe. Why would you go to Man United over Villa? Like, Villa's a much better club at the moment. Like, I don't understand why. It's so bizarre.
Kilo Sierra
probably.
says, I see where Billy is coming from, but I think Stato was right. We need to just pay the money. Otherwise, we're in for a shit season and potential loss of money at the end of it. Interesting. Eric, with a super... Well, Eric says, we need a number 10, a creative force in the middle of the park. DK35 says, loan him with an option to buy so we could spend now. And Mark Mullins says, evening, Paul, Billy and Alex. I don't want to be a moan-ass, Paul, but I sent a £5 super chat towards the end of the show last night and you didn't read it out. Well, Mark, I mean, you don't want to moan, but you're moaning. Mark, sometimes I don't see them, mate. If I'm doing the spiel at the end of the show, the super chats are taken off my screen. That's why last-minute ones...
I've done it before. It's not on purpose.
Sometimes don't get read out, matey. It's because we've ended the show and it's technicalities. But thank you for it anyway. Much appreciated. Right, let's have a little bit of a chat about the game, shall we? Last night, well, what I'm going to start on is what we all really complained about yesterday, and talk about the formation, because that is where I think Eddie fell yesterday. Playing 5 at the back, playing 3 centre-backs against Leeds United, for me, was wrong. It was negative, and it ended up being just like that. It was a negative game of football, Billy.
Yeah, I think you're paying way too much respect. I can understand you have to quieten them down and take the sting out of it, but to kind of play 3 centre-halves, to me, didn't make any sense. We gave away the midfield by doing it. It played into Leeds' hands, really. Longstaff was outstanding for them. He did a one-to-one job on Bruno and totally outplayed him, outmarked him, just was at his heels all of the game. And that's his kind of game. I just think he didn't do us any favours by going to that. If I'm perfectly honest, he didn't need to do that. I think he was trying to squeeze Botman in because he needs minutes, and it isn't what he doesn't want to drop Burn or drop Chair and what have you.
Billy, you're going a bit robotic there, matey. We've lost him.
His internet still in Leeds?
Billy, do you want to reboot yourself?
Yeah, what I'm going to do is ask for a code in a minute.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. Bloody codes, honestly. But Billy just having a reboot. But Alex, it was... I mean, we all said it yesterday. It seemed like he was paying Leeds a bit too much respect. I understand Billy's point about putting Botman in because he needs minutes, but at the same time, the Carabao Cup's around the corner as well. If we wanted to get some minutes into Botman, then that's the opportunity. Not in a big Premier League game like that, where really we should be on the front foot, and that wasn't the case yesterday.
Yeah, no, I think he got it completely wrong, and it's not that. And before anybody gets up to you about that, it's not that we know better than Eddie Howe, because of course we don't. We've got the luxury of hindsight. So, he's gambled on something. He normally gambles. I say normally. He sometimes gambles on these kinds of things, and it's quite often that they work, and we think he's a genius. This time it just didn't work. Fair enough, it happens. You got it wrong. I do think the 4-3-3 was definitely the better pick in this game, even with Ramsey. You want Elanga on the right as well. I think there was too much tinkering. And he didn't have enough. He didn't have enough time to make it work. He tried to change it in the second half, but there was so much tinkering. I don't think the lads knew quite what they were doing. Passes were going doolally. It was all wrong. The system and the choice that the personnel. Even though Botman played okay, I just don't think it was time. I think we needed a 4-3-3. Alanga still on the right wing, and we would have been much better off.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just sending Billy the code. The game started. Well, it started. And that's all we can say, because nobody really threatened at all. I think Leeds had one opportunity, didn't they, where it could have been flicked in at the near post if he got a toe on it. But apart from that, there was very little going on. And we, like Billy said earlier on, Longstaff just nullified our midfield. He just didn't let Bruno play at all. And it's like probably as we expected. I think, Thomas Frank, not Thomas Frank, who's that Leeds manager, man, the Farker. He's probably gone to Longstaff and got information on the way Bruno plays and says, right, go and nullify it. And that's exactly what Sean did.
Well, I don't know about that. I think Sean just. I think people vastly underestimate Sean's ability. He's an engine. He's a workhorse. He's a good tackler, and you saw that in our midfield. Sometimes Ramsey wasn't paying attention. Bruno wasn't paying attention, and they were getting absolutely cleaned out by Sean. And he's always been good at that. So just because people just typing on a keyboard, Longstaff's rubbish, it doesn't mean it's true. Mm-hmm. There are actually he's been a Premier League player for a very long time. He's not a bad player. Just because he's maybe not good enough to be in a team that's playing the Champions League football anymore and pushing at the top end of the table, fine, fair enough. But it doesn't mean he's not good enough to be in the Prem. He's more than good enough to be a Premier League player, as he proved yesterday. So, and yeah, I think the formation didn't help, and we were lazy on the ball, trying to just take too long with it, really. And Sean had him straight away.
Do you think, Billy, Sean bossed Bruno yesterday?
Yes, 100%. 100%. 100%. Suited him. Absolutely suited him.
It was a Sean Longstaff kind of game, wasn't it?
Yeah, Bruno just didn't have the time on the ball to get away from from Sean. I thought Sean had a really, really good game, but that's his cup of tea, isn't it?
And I tell you what, though, it was nice to see Sean and the Newcastle fans at the end of the game. Sean was clearly emotional, but he got a tremendous ovation off the travelling fans, which was really nice to see
from the away lot. Yeah.
Absolutely. And Sean obviously swapped shirts with somebody because he had a Newcastle away top on and obviously applauding the fans. He was visibly emotional, and he will be. Of course he will be. It's his boyhood club who he's played for forever. What we must discuss, though, guys, and this came up very much so in my reaction video, set pieces. Because Newcastle United and set pieces...
our Patreon as well.
Yeah. Newcastle United and set pieces have been absolute balls for a long, long time now. Now, it was mainly Trippier on the set pieces yesterday. Tonali took one, but that was awful as well. Not getting past the first man seemed to be a serious issue last night. We just could not cross the ball past the first man on the post. We've got a guy in, Alex, who is supposed to be a set-piece coach, and I have seen no difference. And it's not like he's just walked in the door. He's had plenty of time with the team now. I am seeing no difference in our set-pieces at all.
Well, not in the outcome. I'm seeing loads of differences in what we're doing, but it's not producing any different outcomes.
So you didn't see the same corner over and over, either hitting the first man or going to the back post again?
There was different movement from the players and different setups, different blocking. There's a lot more that goes into a set piece than just who takes the corner.
Well, I know that, Alex, but nothing fucking works. It's shite.
No, there's huge amounts of difference in the set pieces, and generally they've looked fairly dangerous in pre-season against Atletico. I was there and I could see because Graham Jones was sat up in the stands watching, and then he came down to relay certain things. The set piece coach was constantly going up to the sidelines next to Eddie and Jason talking about stuff. We've tried lots of creative and new set piece routines, but none of them have worked. Whenever we get reasonably close, two of our own players tend to clatter into each other is normally what happens, or Bruno's misread the run. But yeah, I agree with you 100%. The set pieces have to improve because we've got players like Byrne, Botman, Fabian Schär. We've got Voltemar to come in. You've got Joe Linton. We've got absolute powerhouses in this team, and we should be taking, it doesn't mean we've got to be the best team in the league at set pieces, but we should be better than we are because we're pretty pants at it so far.
I thought they were better against Liverpool.
But they still didn't work.
Well, we scored one, didn't we? The one from Asuda was from a set piece,
we
wasn't it?
scored. Well,
But I mean,
Bruno's
corners
good enough
are
from a set
fucking-
piece.
Yes.
Yeah, corners a bit.
Yeah, but that was wasn't that from Nick Pope launching it forward?
A long throw, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Oh, that was it not Nick Pope?
Azula's
launching it
came
forward?
from Nick Pope's free kick.
Yeah, I think that's generous to label that a set piece goal because it is just the goalkeeper hoofing it forward.
He didn't hoof it. It was in the halfway line.
Well,
We set up like a set piece, didn't we? Because
yeah, no, I know, but I think we're talking more about corners and free kicks from the edge of the area and those. Fair enough.
corners have been
Fair
crap.
enough. If it counts, it counts. Fine, but you know, there's the stuff that you would imagine would convert more often. They're just not converting at all.
Yeah, I agree. Corners and free kicks, especially direct free kicks, ain't been great either, have they?
I mean, the corners. I mean, you know, you see the fans getting excited when it goes out for a corner, and I don't understand why they do that. Because, you know, we score once in a blue moon from a corner, i.e., the cup final. But other times, it's fucking dreadful.
I mean, shall I count how many corners we've had so far? Because we did this at the start of last season, and it was about 111 corners or something before we scored our first goal from one.
Yeah. Mark's with a super chat again. 5-3-2 doesn't work for us, and even more so when you're missing J7. No balance in the team, and two wingers were absolutely dross, and we never shot on goal. Why? That
it does
pisses
work
me
in
off.
certain games. It certainly works. It would, but certainly not Leeds away.
Yeah,
Arsenal away or Man City away, maybe.
Yeah, there's a time and a place for it, isn't there? Which we've seen works, but Leeds away. Peter's been a member for 22 months now. Thanks, Pete. The only highlight from the game yesterday was Billy's AI.
That was hilarious.
Oh, that was superb. Absolutely superb. DK35 says, who was better at set pieces, Trips or Ryan Taylor? Ryan Taylor.
I guess he was.
We've had 18 corners so far this season in the Premier League, and we've not scored once. And I think it's supposed to be 1 in 10-ish that people want to be aiming for.
Yeah, but that's what I mean by once in a blue
I can't even remember any chances from corners. You know, like headers that keepers have saved.
We don't win them. We don't get any heads on them. They're always cleared away. It's like we and you mentioned it, Alex, the size and the power that we have in that penalty area, and we can't make anything of it. It doesn't make sense.
It has to be down to delivery, doesn't it? It has to be.
I mean,
it's got to be down to the movement in the box as well,
and the movement as well. Yeah.
Something's not right, and it hasn't been right for a long time. Not beating the first man was so frustrating last night, though. I mean, it was mega frustrating that the fact that we could not beat that first man. No, it's not a fucking Wolves top man.
He's put a laugh next to it. Don't get one.
Billy, I'm tired. I don't care. Right.
Move the mic so they can see the badge.
There. Anyway, right.
It's got Stephen Fletcher on the back. 2020, 2011 Wolves.
Steve Bull.
Steve Bull, number 9, actually. Anyway, right. Wissa needs to be discussed because I just don't think he's going to make the grid. And I've been openly honest about this. I do not see anything in Wissa. He isn't a kid anymore. And where we want to be as a football club, we haven't got the time now. He needs to be there or thereabouts, and he's nowhere near. And the chances that he didn't, I mean, Billy, 2 of them in the first half, beautiful balls in, and he was bossed. He was absolutely bossed. And we know if there was a proper Premier League striker there, they make hell, blood, sweat, water, whatever it is to get on the end of those.
Yeah, we had that discussion on Patreon last night, and I just don't think you can teach appetite and endeavour and desire to try and get to the ball first. But he's not a slight man. He's built like a bloody middleweight boxer, and he's got speed and he's got physicality, but he just doesn't have the appetite to get to the ball first like Callum Wilson does or would, or someone of that nature. It's a shame. I don't think you can teach that. I think that's in you. He's got some great attributes, but unfortunately, the main one for a centre forward isn't one of them.
Yeah, and he works. He puts the effort in. I'm not going to deny him that, but where we want to be, Wissula's not it, and he's just not. Alex, I don't know where you stand on it, but I know there's a lot of fans agree with me.
Disagree with you too.
Why?
Completely. Because there wasn't an expectation of him to be ready right now, based on.
But he's 24.
Based on everything. No, he's not. He's 22.
22.
Oh, we're 22. He's not a kid.
No, he's not a kid. He's 22. So he was 22 last month. We signed him as a third choice striker with the idea of developing him because he was quite raw, and he was not meant to be in the spot he's in right now. Absolutely not. He was meant to continue development and be a rotation option. We were meant to go and buy 1 or 2 strikers in, or keep Isak, I think was the original plan. So he wasn't meant to be ready for this kind of level. And I think he's done okay considering. But is he ready to be a striker in a Newcastle United team that's trying to finish in the top 4, top 5 and play Champions League football? No, he's absolutely not. However, we bought him for 15 mil. And if we can progress him up to a 30, 40 million pound player, we can maybe use him as a versatile wide forward, a striker, get him to be a bit better at football and have him be useful for us in the next few seasons. That would be a win in my book, an absolute win. So if he doesn't reach the top level, fair enough. But if we can get return on investment and he can help the squad, that's absolutely what we need to do. So it would be a success for me.
Big if though, Stato, isn't it? Big if to get him.
I think he's worth more than 15 now. I think if anybody came in for him, the expectation is he's worth more than 15 mil.
Yeah, I'm sure.
What 1.5 with some of the fees going around the Premier League at the moment? You don't think we'd get 15 for him,
Alex? But how mate? His goal record's not great, is it? It's terrible. In fairness,
he's not played much football. He's not played a lot of football at all.
He played plenty for Sheffield United,
no,
Alex.
He did not play a lot for Sheffield United. He's not played a lot for us at all.
Look, I think. Do you want my? I think if we get another striker,
we've heard your opinion, and he's a third choice striker that's being developed.
He needs a loan. He needs time on the pitch.
I think if we bring a striker in tomorrow, there's a possibility.
And he scored against Liverpool as well, by the way.
I couldn't give a shit if he scored against bloody Barcelona.
Mate,
he's
you're
not
doing
good
him
enough.
On one performance. You're doing him on one start. Alex,
I have seen enough of him to. It's my opinion as a fan.
What? And there's
you've seen enough of him. You've seen enough of him for what? What's the finish that bit? What's the?
He's not
to say that he needs to go or what for what? What's the conclusion?
What Billy was saying before, he hasn't got that striker's instinct. Like,
okay.
The hunger, yes, his enthusiasm's there, but the way that those crosses came in yesterday and he was just edged out completely. I think, and there's a lot of people in the chat agree with me, Alex, so I'm not talking bollocks here and I'm not on my own with it. Everybody has an opinion on the Sula.
Do you not think that strikers can improve on instinct in today's game with the coaching, improve on timing, positioning, the execution of the run?
Timing, absolutely, yes.
Finishing, these things can be improved on.
You can't teach instinct, Alex.
You can teach elements. You can teach its habit, its routine. It's doing it 1,000 times, isn't it? Surely you can teach him to be a better striker.
He must have done that 1,000 times already at Newcastle United. He just doesn't look anything. What are they doing with him in training then? They must be doing something with him.
Look, in all honesty, I think he needs consistent football, right? It's pointless, because if we bring in another striker, when is he going to play? When is he going to get the opportunities if we've already got 2 strikers in front of him? When is he going to get that match experience to make him into the player that...
He needs a lot of time on the pitch. He needs
time on the pitch, and he's not ready for the time on the pitch with Newcastle United. That's what I'm trying to make a point.
But I don't know why we've got a like why have we got to make a conclusion on him in August of 2025? I don't know.
I'm not making a conclusion on him, Alex. I think I would make a better conclusion on him if he was playing regular football. So what I'm saying is, if we do bring another striker in tomorrow, then Asula could well be loaned out because he needs time on the pitch. Possibly. And he's not going to get much of that.
I mean, he's played 106 minutes and he scored a goal, and it was against Liverpool. It was against the reigning champions, who were unbeaten, and it is what it is. I mean, he might be best in a 2-striker system out wide. He's very young. Sometimes these players don't progress and kind of break out until they're 25, 26. It's very possible that we could see Will Osula be a really, really impressive player in a different team, in a different role in 3 to 5 years' time. But that would be great for us, because if that's happened, either A, he succeeds with us, or B, we get way more money back than we paid for him. So I think that's the mentality we need to have.
As it stands now, mate, I don't think we get much more than 15 if we were to sell him permanently. I think a loan deal is the perfect scenario for Asula if we bring in another striker. And then
Harry, mate, don't tell me that stats don't tell me the whole story, because I watch every single match. The last time I missed a game was Arsenal away, like 3.5 years ago. So I watch every game several times. I don't just look at the stats. And yeah, I agree with what you two are saying. I just think we're maybe making unnecessary conclusions. Like, he was meant to be the third choice anyway, right?
Yeah,
he was meant to be the third choice striker. So
yeah,
the over.
That's fine.
But for the third choice striker to score against Liverpool, I'll take that.
Look, honestly, fair enough. I may be, making my decision too early. I would probably say that if he does go out on loan, Alex, and he was a regular starter for whoever he went to, then sort of make a judgment on him then and have a look at him, which is what
I think. I agree. I completely agree. I think that's
as
fair.
It stands at the minute, Alex, I don't think he's going to get that time on the pitch for Newcastle if we bring in another striker tomorrow.
He certainly won't. No, he certainly won't.
Well, yeah, but we bring in another striker. We loan him out with an option to recall if we really need him, and then we can let him go and develop. Like, I agree with that.
So all in all, after all that bickering and arguing, we've come to the same conclusion.
I just don't want to be overly harsh on some of these players. Very similarly to Voltemada, by the way. I think people have got to be very careful with Voltemada, because this is somebody who ultimately there is a huge gap in the striker role at the moment of somebody that scores 20 plus goals a season, and I don't want everybody to flip their lid if Voltemada comes in and doesn't score in the first 2 games, because he's 23. He's a young man. He's only just had his breakout at the back end of last year and in the youth Euros as well. So I think we've really got to be careful as a fan base. And this is what I did with Lewis Miley, wrapped him up in cotton wool when people had a go at me. And I think for good measure as well. These players are not robots. They do need development as well. And Voltemada is still developing. So
yes, but Voltemada, I think, is way down the line to
100% he is. 100%. But again,
I get where you're coming from, though.
Expectations.
I would hope if we bring in a striker tomorrow, I would hope they'll loan Asula out, because I think he deserves that opportunity to get regular football.
He needs it. He needs it.
Of course he needs it. He's just not going to get it at Newcastle. Anyway, it's time for the player ratings. Guys, let us know in the chat if you agree with our player ratings. Abs, go easy on me tonight, please. I'm basing it on last night's game. Just joking, Abs. Right, Billy, Nick Pope.
Yeah, I thought it looked really much better. Coming in, claiming crosses and things like that, and his throwing is fantastic. I don't know why he kicks the ball when he can throw it as far as he can kick it,
just as far,
accurately.
Yeah, and of course he did make a big save from Calvert-Lewin later on.
He did, yeah, an absolutely fantastic save. I thought Pope had a really good game. I'm going to give him a 7.5 for. Okay. No, I'll give him 8. I'm being harsh. 8.
Oh, I've written 7.5. That's what you're getting.
No, 8. He deserves an 8.
I don't like making scribbles. Anyway, Alex.
I'm going to go for a 7. I don't think it was as impressive as people were saying. I think it was okay. It was a reasonable shot to save from Calvert-Lewin. You know, Cher had just missed the deflection on it. Well, not the deflection, the clearance, the block, whatever we're going to call it. And then the throws were okay. Yeah, a 7. He didn't really have to do too much, so I feel like I can't really overscore him.
I've gone 7.5, and I bumped him up that extra 0.5 from what you said, Alex, simply for the save against Calvert-Lewin. It was in the dying moments of the game that could have won the game for Leeds. And we know how good Nick Pope is at making saves, whether it be with his hands or his feet. As long as he gets something in front of that ball, he keeps it out. But I do agree with Billy. He should throw it a lot more than he kicks it, because when he kicks it, he's got flippers on. But I still shit myself when he gets a back pass and he's being closed down. a couple of times yesterday, Billy noticed on the commentary, I was having cardiac arrests every time he was being closed down because I just don't trust him in that situation.
He let one go in his foot, didn't he? You shit yourself.
Oh, my God. That one when he came out and sliced it, when he got booked, actually, for knocking the ball off the cone, I thought was another Wolves away moment, but it wasn't. Mark Mullen says Asula is like Miggy, he's a headless chicken at the minute. Samsonite Dove says, remember, Voltemada is not actually a striker. Well, he'll be playing as one.
I mean, it was that German journalist who described him as a 10 in the body of a 9, which I think is a really good assessment of him.
He'll be playing as a striker for us, though. So,
he will
Kilo Sierra, Marino was shit for us when he was 21. He's done okay. I don't think he was shit.
I thought he wasn't shit.
All right.
I thought he was excellent.
When he was wounded, we had to go because he was homesick.
Yeah.
Marino was fantastic for us.
I was gutted he went. Kilo, I don't know where you're getting that from, matey, but I thought Mikel Marino was fantastic for us. But there you go. David says Voltemada is a Joe Linton replacement. Oh, my God. Right, Kieran Trippier, Billy.
Hard one to score. Set pieces were dreadful. Passes in at times weren't great either. Godonto did give him a hard game. I don't think Trips was great yesterday. I'll give him a 5.5.
5.5. Alex?
I think 5.5 is fair, but at the same time, I don't think the system helped Trippier.
No, it didn't.
Fabian Schär's wide covers slow. Fabian Schär's very slow. And then Murphy was playing in a slightly different way, so Trippier wasn't getting the help that he needs.
I agree.
I think Trippier's pace has not been too bad this season, and he positions himself very well. So I'll go with a 5.5 because, again, 0 out of 7 crosses. He was having a real tough game against Nanto, but the system did not help Trippier. I think that's definitely a factor.
I've gone 5. I pretty much agreed. Kilo's back with this argument, by the way. Marino played 25 times more than Asula and scored 1 and assisted 1.
Midfield player, mate.
Different player. Marino wasn't a striker.
Nick Pope's never scored for us in fucking how many games? What a shit player he is. No way, man.
How Kilo? You need to, I don't know whether you saw Marino much, matey, but he wasn't a striker and he was an excellent player. But anyway, it's your opinion, buddy. It's your opinion. Yeah, 5 for Nick Pope. Fair enough. 5 for Trippier. Because somebody's been learning from Stato, haven't they, Billy Bob?
It is long. It's an absolutely ridiculous thing to say.
Yeah,
a blind man on a galloping horse could see Marino was good for us.
He was a defensive midfield for us. So I don't understand why you're comparing him with Will Asula.
You come over to the dark side. Now you two are seeing that opinions can be wrong.
Well, opinions are opinions.
He wasn't even a defensive midfielder. He did everything.
Well, yeah, he was all over the place.
He was our most creative midfielder as well as most destructive defensive midfielder. He was outstanding for us.
Put a 5 for Trippier for me. Just dreadful set pieces. Get him off the set pieces. I mean, I know that, eventually it's going to be Livramento and Hall, isn't it? So we will have a different set piece taker, but Jesus Christ, man. Just horse shit. Tino Livramento, Bill.
Our most attacking threat in the whole game.
Certainly
actually.
First half, first half especially.
He was fantastic. He had a really good game going forward. He's got a little bit of cheek about him where he goes past players, gets some nice crosses in. Defensively solid. I'll give him an 8.5.
8.5. Alex?
Yes, similar. I'm going to go for an 8. I don't think anybody's getting scored any higher than that today. And an 8 for Tino Livramento. He was very impressive on the left, and in attacking sense, defensive sense, obviously has to go over to the right hand side. A few people, I don't know if I can't remember if I said this the other day. A few people at my work said they think Livramento is going to be the next one that's going to get poached by a cartel club, and they reckon he's going to be the most expensive defender.
He's been linked with Man City, hasn't he?
Fans, stop watching us because you're not having Tino. Tino is developing and developing and developing, and he's him and Lewis Hall. Yeah, you just keep pretending that Lewis Skelly's the guy. Just keep watching him. We're happy
Bench
for you to be. Yeah, we're happy for you guys to be naive and ignorant, and you just keep watching Arsenal and thinking that he's the right fullback. We'll keep Livramento and Lewis Hall for ourselves. That's fine by us.
Yeah. I've gone 8 as well. I just felt he was very isolated. Sometimes, I mean, we commented on that loads of times yesterday, Billy, where he turned and looked to play the ball to the left and there was no fucker there. And then he was having to come back inside and just try and get to the byline himself. The support just wasn't there because Ramsey was being pulled more central, and it just, but the ring rustiness that he was showing in pre-season has well and truly fell off now. He's back to his fantastic best. Dan Burn, Billy.
I didn't think he was great yesterday, if I'm perfectly honest.
Gave the ball away a few times, didn't he? Which was
he did. He was fantastic against Liverpool, but yesterday he wasn't as good. In fact, nowhere near as good. What's the aerial duels like, Stato?
For Dan Burn, it is. How did he do? 2 out of 3.
I mean, that's for 6'6" bloke. Yeah, come on, got to win everything. Yeah, I'll give him a 6, and I'm being generous there, I think.
Okay, Alex.
I think he dealt pretty well with what he had to. I think there was a few times where he got put in hot water because Livramento was obviously up the pitch, and he had to do some interesting covering against Dan James and took him out a couple of times. So yeah, I think he was all right. I'll go for 6.5. It was Dan Burn did nothing wrong. It was the system that was wrong today.
The system didn't do him any favours, did it?
Yeah, no criticisms against Dan Burn. He was okay, but it wasn't his fault yesterday.
5.5 for me. He did actually give a few passes away yesterday, which was, like I say, uncharacteristic. But yes, I agree with you too. The system stank for a few players yesterday, and especially because of what happened on the left-hand side. Most of the time, he was having to play left back in the first half, especially. And we all know about Dan Burn at left back. So 5.5 for me. Botman, Billy.
I thought he looked fantastic while he was on. Just calm and collected as he always is. Just intercepting stuff, stepping in, just being in the right place at the right time.
Yeah,
just a calm influence on the team. And I don't want to say when he went off, I don't think we seemed as calm at the back. I'll give Botman a 8.
8. Okay, Alex.
I don't know. I don't feel like I can give him an 8, but I feel like Leeds were absolutely crap getting past sort of centrally there. The only time they would ever get anywhere near us was when Nonto had a bit of space and they'd get a couple of passes together. But on the whole, they didn't really let them get any shots away or anything. I'm going to go 7 for Botman, and it's not that he doesn't deserve it. Maybe he does deserve a higher mark, but there wasn't quite as much to do. But he was really, really, really solid. And yeah, he looks like he's probably close to full fitness. Although he did go off yesterday in a bit of pain. Hopefully he's fine.
Yeah, 7 for me. I did see a couple of Newcastle fans commenting on social media yesterday that they were worried about Botman. Is he, fitness-wise, I think is what they were talking about. Certainly not to the point where they're worried about his football and style, because I thought he was fantastic yesterday. But fitness-wise, we'll see. We'll see. Fabian Scher, Billy.
Yeah, I thought he's good again. That pass out to the left wing now, the second half was unbelievable. Yeah. Absolutely unbelievable pass.
Yeah.
People talk about Szoboszlai doing it today and Trent doing it, and Scher's got that in his lock as well. No one ever mentions him in the same ilk, and it should, because he's as good at it as they are. Defensively pretty solid as well. I'll give him a 7.5.
7.5. Alex?
Yeah, I think 7.5 is fair. I'll give him slightly less than Tino. I thought he was really good. I thought his little cheeky chip shot was going in, but it got deflected. SofaScore and the other websites have not credited that as a shot. That
Billy
was
didn't either,
100%.
by the way.
I didn't at first,
That was 100% him trying to dink the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I thought that as well.
So he needs credit in a shot for that. They've all missed a trick. Yeah, his long passing was okay. There was nothing wrong with it. A couple of really, really spectacular ones. Some really important. Just managed to get the ball off people at the right time in the box. He's been a lot more switched on. I think he had a really poor year last year, Fabian Schär, with decision making, positioning, speed, misreading everything. So far, pre-season and so far, none of it. He's been back to his old self. He's not put a foot wrong. So more of that from Fabian, please.
What you scoring him?
7.5.
All right, okay. I've given him a 7, same as Botman. You know, I don't think the problem is we weren't seriously tested yesterday at times. I mean, it was just a scrappy, horrible game. I've just seen a comment saying these are big scores. The Tuna, these are big scores for such a crappy game. These aren't big scores. You know, I mean,
well, giving the defenders a good score for keeping a clean sheet.
Keeping a clean sheet, that's what we have to remember. We've still got plenty more players on the pitch. Don't we worry about
sorry that our centre-backs aren't scoring goals.
Stick with us.
Yeah.
It's going to get worse.
Yeah, you know, we did keep a clean sheet at the end of the day. Sandro Tonali, Billy.
Yeah, I felt that the midfield was, again, the system didn't suit the midfield. And as Bruno was being man-marked out of the game, to all intents and purpose, I thought that Tonali didn't have the space either, and he gave the ball away a few times. But his engine was great, and yeah, I'll give him a 6.
Okay, Alex,
I'm going to go a little bit higher, 6.5. 3 key passes in the game, 90% passing accuracy, good engine, but it was. I mean, he did make a mistake. And it wasn't his cleanest game. He can definitely do better than that. But again, I'm blaming the system. I think Tonali wanted to pull the trigger at least 3 times yesterday. Couldn't do it. And I think it was just the setup. We didn't have the right personnel on the pitch at the right time in the right places. I blame Eddie for that. So it's, 6.5. But a few of the ratings aren't necessarily down to them.
5.5 for me. I think the midfield was shit yesterday. I think we were out-battled, out-muscled, out-fought in the midfield. But again, I'll put that down to the system. You know, players were a little bit all over the place yesterday. So I just don't think we competed enough in midfield. But some of that was the system. And it just, you know, we're used to playing such fluid football and intense, high-pressure football. When we play like that, it's not the same because we're not playing an Arsenal or a team that's going to come onto us like an Arsenal or a Man City do when we do play 5 at the back. This was Leeds away. No need to play the 3 centre-backs at all. Bruno, Billy.
Yeah, well, much the same as I should have said this with Tonali, really. Once we went back to the 3, he looked better, a lot better. And so did Tonali. Strange that, isn't it? But before that, he was absolutely awful, and Longstaff had him in his pocket, I'm afraid. One of his worst performances in Newcastle shirt for me. I'll give him a 4, and I'm maybe being generous in that.
Okay, Alex?
Yeah, it was a really bad first half from him. I'm trying to think of a reason to score him more than what Billy's done.
Good luck with that.
I kind of can't. I mean, 3 out of 3 accurate long balls. There was some better stuff in the second half, but I mean, 0 shots from both of our top midfielders. No key passes from him or anything substantial. He got bossed in midfield, and he made a couple of mistakes losing the ball. Wow, I think it was close to 3, wasn't it? Yeah, I'll go with 4. I think Bruno was a little bit different to Tonali. Bruno struggled with the system and the shape, and got disrupted by Longstaff, and also had a bit of an off day himself. So it was a few things all at once. So it's fine. We still love him. He's fantastic. But yeah.
Ab says he was the only player who unlocked their defence with through balls.
I did. I stated that. I said 3 out of 3 through balls, they were quite good. That was definitely stated, but it doesn't outweigh, unfortunately, the rest of it. It's just one of those things.
3 for me. I mean, the Bruno from Monday night was not the Bruno that played last night. And I never thought that I would sit here and say that he was in Sean Longstaff's pocket most of the game. I never, ever thought that I would sit here and say that, but he was. But again, we can look at the system. Bruno doesn't play well in that system most of the time against opposition that really just sat back as well. So it was a confusing thing to do. And we're not getting the best out of our players when we play in a system like that against Leeds.
Once we went to the three in the middle of the park, we had more freedom, and they all look better.
Yeah,
they all look
did.
An awful lot better.
But we have to score them on the whole game, and Bruno was not involved. Abs, you can say it's a ridiculous score. I couldn't give a flying monkey's chuff, to be honest. You always have a go at me when I comment on Bruno. Even when I give him bloody 9s and 10s, you're still not good enough. So the bottom line is, I thought he was a 3 because... And it's not that I like underscoring everyone else. I'm giving my honest opinion on a dreadful game of football. I'm not going to score the whole team bloody 6s and 7s when we were shit. Honestly, get your rose-tinted glasses off and look back at that game and bloody hell, man. Honestly, some people just think that it's all butterflies and flowers and that we should be given 7 and 8s, man. Take them off. Anyway, Ramsey, Billy.
Yeah, I thought it was quite bright while he was on. Concerning he got injured. Kicked and straight down. Yeah, he has got a bit of an injury prone about him, hasn't he? But while he was on, he was quite bright. Without really doing much, I have to say. I'll give him a 6.
Alex?
Some really, really tidy. Well, it was his only 2 key passes. The balls into the box were really creative. I thought they were slightly different tempo, and he got them into the box in a slightly different way to the rest of our players do. And I just don't think we were ready for it. I think that was the best chance of the game for us to score, was Will Osula couldn't get his feet sorted out. It did come to him quite quick. And then the rest of it, no, I don't think Ramsey had the physicality for this game. I think Joe Linton was necessary. Although we want a player like Jacob Ramsey because he offers something completely different to Joe Linton. Unfortunately, Joe Linton was a more appropriate pick for this game and just wasn't available. So, yeah, Ramsey I'll give him a 4.
4. Okay. Anyone want to have a go at Alex for giving a 4? Anybody?
With 2 great passes, and then he got got fairly dominated. A couple of reasonably good runs out from defence, but it wasn't really anything else.
I've gone 5. Very similar reasons to you, Alex. I thought there was some really good points. Right, Alex, do you want to read that one?
Move on. I didn't score Ramsey higher than Bruno. I scored them the same, Abs, but yeah, it's
he's on a 45 minutes.
Anyway, let's move on. God help us here, guys. Jacob Murphy.
Oh, for Christ's sake. I'm on my first, I guess so.
Yes. Now, Billy, before you start, we've already said he put 2 brilliant crosses in and had a shot.
Yes,
but
he did.
My God, the amount of times that he fucked up and lost the ball.
Yeah, 3 shots.
The shot
that
was well saved by the keeper was the only real chance we had, I think. Shot on target, I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from that, he was fucking dreadful. And he got given a free roll yesterday, and it clearly didn't suit him. Again, it's another one that the system failed.
Yeah.
He wants to be out on that right wing, getting crosses in the middle and helping out his defenders, and he couldn't do any of that because he had a free roll. He was floating around from left to right to centre. Didn't suit him. I'll give him a 2.
Okay. Anybody? Feel free to have a go at Billy. Alex?
Yeah, the system didn't help him at all. It wasn't quite what he's used to with operating on the right-hand side with Trippier and doing different things. He didn't quite have
Dave has given him an 8. As has
he
Kevin
didn't quite have
Halligan.
the ability to. Well, fair enough. I'm not going to score him as low as Billy because Jacob Murphy had 3 shots yesterday. 1 inside the box from the right-hand side, which was good. It was he had every right to take that shot. It could have gone in. And then there was a really good left-footed shot as well that challenged the keeper. So 2 solid shots in a game where nobody else could get shots away. So that was really important. A couple of good crosses. But then beyond those things, there wasn't really anything. So I'm going to go with the 6. I'm going to score him a good mark for the shots and crosses. But that is not admitting that the rest of it was crap, because the rest of it was really, really bad. He's just getting the rating from that output, basically, from me.
So what you're saying, Alex, is if somebody just stands there and has a couple of shots, they'll get a decent score from you.
Two reasonably good shots on target, yeah. That was what we needed, and that's what gets you goals, isn't it?
I mean, the amount of time he gave the ball away, though, even in defensive situations.
Yeah, by the amount of times he gave the ball away, we could have conceded 5.
That's exactly why I put on the end. That does not mean the rest of it wasn't bad. It was. I said that. Well, I think he deserves positive points for the crosses and shots.
I've given them.
They weren't just scuff shots or off target. They were 2 on target shots. They were good.
A point for a shot. Yeah. Right, Wissa, Billy.
You haven't Mark Murphy yet.
3. Move on.
Oh yeah.
Wissa.
Yes.
It's a hard one to score because he was shit, but he was trying.
Hang on a minute. Don't go down the same fucking route that you did with Miggy, right? And say, he was shit, but at least he tries. This is marking on his performance, not his effort.
Oh, come on, Abs. That's out of order. That's low.
The lead centre half.
Abs, shame on you.
What did you give him?
2.
The 2.
Well, ain't a lot of difference what I'm going to give him, to be fair. The lead centre halves knew they were in a game yesterday. They had to work hard to keep him out. That's one thing I'll say. And he looked better when we went to 3 again, strangely enough. Level 7 Dev's give him a 9. Couldn't fucking see it. I'll give him a 3.
Okay, Alex?
I'm going to go with a 4. But it's still, it wasn't great for him. It was one of those days where you needed some of the defenders or the goalkeepers to make a couple of errors, and he definitely could have capitalized, and it just didn't happen for him. He was very eager, if not over eager at times. He committed 5 fouls because he was just going for it. He brought the Liverpool energy to this game, and it was like, whoa, Will, you just time you run. You don't have to bundle them over to get in behind. It was a little bit too much at times. But he was doing 90% of the right stuff, which is why I'm a big fan of his. I think he'll do okay. He just needs to tidy his game up a little bit. It's gone from raw to okay. Now there's a bit too much power and energy. He just needs to refine it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't realistically score him higher than a 4. That would be crazy.
I've given him a 2. I thought he was just. Yeah, Abs, have a go at me for that one.
No, level 7 Dave.
Yeah. Abs says, I imagine Asula has lots of broken china at home.
And greenhouse windows.
Makes a cup of tea and just throws it everywhere. Yeah.
Dear God. Oh, hang on. What's level 7? Oh, God. You've lost your glasses again, Dave. You've lost them. They've completely gone. How on earth can you say he was man of the match for you? In fact, take your face for a large shite, level 7, right now. Good God. Anyway, who was the first sub on?
It was Lewis Miley at halftime.
Miley Billy.
Yeah, I thought he did okay. I thought he brought a semblance of calm to the proceedings, and I thought he did quite well. I'm going to give him a 7.
Okay. Alex?
I mean, I wasn't that impressed with him. I've heard some positive things about Miley, and I don't really see where that's come from. And I'll go with a 6. I think he was better than what Bruno gave. I think he was steady, but he didn't offer us much in attack. There was a couple of reasonable balls out wide. He found himself out wide a couple of times, and it wasn't
also last
really work
man
for him
on 2 occasions yesterday.
Yeah.
Last man.
I thought he was okay. I'll go with the 6. But again, there's got to be a caveat to that, because I've seen a little bit of hate for Miley online, saying, "Oh, he was much better than this in his breakout season." He's a teenager. Leave him alone. He's fine. He's got all the technical attributes. He's clearly a good reader of the game. He's going to be a great player, but he's a baby. Let him develop. He broke out far too young. What was he, 17 when he broke out? Like, you've got to let him develop. He's not going to come on and play great football every time. We've really got to. Some people got to be more patient with some of these youngsters.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Right, let's move to the next.
You ain't Mark Morley yet. You keep dodging these marks.
7, Billy. I agree with everything you said.
Thank you.
Your one sentence about Miley. Who was next on?
Lewis Hall and Anthony Elanga just after the hour.
Oh dear God. Right, Billy. Lewis Hall first, then Elanga, please.
Lewis Hall. Dare I say, looks a little bit rusty. He needs minutes. He's still got that sweet left foot mind, and he did make 1 or 2 good passes. I'll give him a 6. Anthony Elanga was fucking awful. I'll give him a 1 for getting his boots on the right feet.
Oh my God.
He was absolutely dreadful. Some of them crosses, I mean, one
he
of them,
was.
And
Yeah,
Ben Stokes scored one at Headingley.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree. It was, yeah.
He was fucking awful.
You've made your point, Billy. Right, Alex, Hall and Elanga, please.
Yeah, I think Billy summed it up well. Lewis Hall's a little bit rusty. Just get the cobwebs off the boots, he'll be fine. The left-footed shot was naughty. That was he hit that very sweet. It could have.
Well, he's the only one that decided to take a bloody shot on the edge of the box yesterday.
Oh,
Instead of passing it back out wide, take a bloody shot.
Yeah, no, he was fine. I'll go for a 6, but he was rusty. The first couple of touches bobbled around a little bit, but he'll be fine. He'll get there. And Elanga, I don't know why he didn't start. I don't think he did anything wrong to be dropped from those first 2 games. If we'd have played the right system and played him out wide and let him float a bit, he'd have been fine. But yeah, weird. But I have to mark him. Although he's been fantastic since he's joined us. It was pretty bad. I mean, I won't go with the 1. I'll go with the 2 because he won a couple of duels. And that's as generous as I can be.
Right,
I don't
some
think
people
go any higher than
go on
that.
5s and 6s. How on earth can you mark Elanga a 6?
I don't know how you can go 5s and 6s, guys. I mean,
his crossing was absolute dog shite. Terrible.
He made a tackle, won a couple of duels, but then didn't offer anything going forward, unfortunately. But I don't know what we were doing with him system-wise towards the end. He was on his own.
Well, I mean,
and then we got like Miley overlapping at times. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what we were doing. I think the playbook got wet in the rain or something. Like, it was just weird. So much weird tinkering going on with the system.
Terence says, sorry, guys, but the scoring on here is ridiculous.
Well, what would you rate Elanga, and what have we done that you disagree with?
It's all about opinions, Terence.
Yes, Terence. Tell us what we've. You can't make a comment like that and then just not give a reason for saying that.
An inflammatory statement there.
Yeah, just,
like an Isak statement.
Maybe just tell us why.
I've never liked chocolate oranges.
I was one above you.
He says he's not on about us. He's on about the. Well, okay, I actually agree with you, Terry.
I love chocolate oranges,
and I love chocolate.
The finest confectionery you can one could buy.
Oh my god!
Certainly better than fucking Kit Kats. That's what's doing.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Oh my god! Bloody hell! He was on about the fan. Yeah, we get it. That's why we're praising chocolate oranges now.
Well said, Terence.
Fucking hell! Right, was there any more after Elanga?
Yes.
Yes.
Harvey Barnes been bad so far? Well. Fucking hell.
Who was next, Alex?
Harvey Barnes.
Oh, Billy Harvey Barnes.
I thought Harvey Barnes may have had a bit of a bee in his bonnet about being dropped, and may have actually put a bit of effort in yesterday. Mm-hmm. When he came on, he was worse than everyone.
Where did he put it?
He must have. I don't know, but I'm going to give him a 0 because he was fucking awful. Worse than everyone.
Oh, okay.
He did fuck all. Literally nothing. I could have done what he did.
Well, you could have had a shot blocked in a Premier League game.
Yeah. He was shite. Sorry, his attitude was absolutely stinking. Sulking. That's what my opinion of him was. But I've always been a fan of Harvey Barnes, as you all know. But yes, Dave, he's fucking dreadful. Can't give him a mark.
Alex Harvey Barnes, please.
Well, I'm not going to give him a 0. I mean, he won us a free kick. He had a shot. He won a couple of duels, but he only touched the ball 16 times. And he was on for nearly half an hour, 25 minutes, half an hour, including injury time. And weird. I don't know what was wrong with him. I'll go for a 3, but I think that's generous.
Fucking right it is.
I mean, he's marginally better than Nalanga because he didn't put stuff into the stands, but at least Nalanga tried and failed.
Well, I've gone for a 1 for Barnes. I just did not see anything from him yesterday. And if he is sulking because he didn't start the game, then that's not good at all, is it? Really?
Oh man, that's obviously what I'm thinking. What I see, but
he didn't make any impact at all.
No.
Absolute any
Did
impact
you guys
on the
think
game.
it was weird, by the way, when we had a few defenders down injured, Jamal Lascelles kept warming up instead of Malik Chow?
Yeah, I thought that was very strange.
Yeah, Billy panicked when he saw that.
What we bought Malik Chow for if Lascelles is going to come on in a game like that?
Well, it was crying for us to go to 4-3-3, and he was going to bring another defender on and stay with a 3 at the back. I thought, what are you fucking playing at?
Yeah, it was very confusing.
Was that it for the subs, if I can recall?
It was. And before we rate anybody else, I've got a question for you that I asked Billy last night. Joe Willock wasn't used. Would that have made a difference?
No.
Well, that was quick. Next.
I'm not
sure.
No,
given his previous and his form, then I'd say no.
I think he'd been better on the left than fucking Harvey Barnes was.
Possibly. We'll never know.
Well, there was an argument that he could have brought on Willock at half time to play in the way that Ramsey was playing, and we could have tried to go to a 4-3-3, but obviously he went with something else.
Yeah. Right. The manager, Eddie Howe, Billy.
Got it wrong, didn't he? Let's be honest. Got it wrong.
I agree.
Too much respect, too negative. To me, didn't really go out. Didn't go out to try and win the game. We've got a point away from home at Leeds. I don't think it's good enough. I'll give him a 3.
Okay, Alex.
I mean, Will Osula playing up front picks itself, but I don't quite understand the rest of the tinkering. I don't get it. Like, you've got Willock and Ramsey that can play in the left 8. Did we really need to rip up the playbook and go with a funny shape that we've used successfully in the past? But it's worked when we've had sort of Isak and Gordon up top. That's not what we've got available at the moment. So,
and against sides that want to attack us as well.
Yeah, it just didn't make any sense. And then the trying to tailor it and fix it just went catastrophically wrong as well. I don't know. I don't know what the game plan was yesterday. I'd love to know what the general consensus was when all the coaches were getting this ready. What was their map? What was their map here of this game? It was, they're going to be better at home, and we're going to do what? Jacob Murphy, we're going to float out wide and support Osula, and that's going to promote this, and this is going to. I can't figure it out. I genuinely can't figure out what the game plan was.
I think you're trying to oversize it. That's how I think you're trying to overcoach it, if I'm perfectly honest.
But you know what I mean? Sometimes when you play a system that doesn't work, you can go, I can see what he was trying to do, but it didn't work. But I genuinely can't figure out what was the plan. Was it Jacob in behind Osula? Was it Livramento was going to be wide but play both roles? I genuinely am not sure. So yeah, I'm going to go with a 2. I think it was just vastly over-engineered. And
fucking hell, all go down. Fucking give him a 2. That's disgusting.
Well, yeah, but Graham Jones and Jason Tyndall and Eddie Howe and analysts and coaches will have all sat down and talked about this, and I can't for the life of me figure out what the hell we were trying to do.
I think he was talking to Levels Evan Day about it. No,
clearly, Billy. Clearly.
To be in that list.
To be fair, I'm going to say it now. I think that's the first time I've seen Eddie Howe go out in a game not to lose. Normally, I'd say, Eddie puts his teams together to win games. I thought he put that team out yesterday not to lose. And we don't see that very often from Eddie.
Strange that, though, isn't it? I mean, we haven't won a game since the end of last season.
11 games we've gone now, including friendlies. 11 games without a win. If you look back to last season.
Concerning.
So I was confused. I've gone a 2 as well. Not Eddie's best day, but we still love him. Of course we do.
We didn't lose the game, by the way. We did get a point, but
That's why I give him a 3.
Well,
you bastards give him a 2.
I apologise for that. Right, let's see who the viewers' man of the match was, because, well, just for the hell of it, who do you think the viewers have voted for, guys?
Oh, I don't know.
That was Tino.
Yeah, I would think Tino. Yeah,
but it's got to be Tino, surely. How could it not be Tino?
It's Tino Livramento, guys, on 69% of the votes. Second was Sven Botman on 13%. Next, Nick Pope with 12%. And 6% actually voted for Fabian Schär.
The 12 for Nick Pope's quite impressive. He made 1 save, guys.
That's good for Nick Pope, though, isn't it?
No, but he commanded his box well, Alex.
He did. I agree. He was a good save and he did okay. But did he deserve a man of the match vote? No, probably not.
Well, people were saying it was either Pope or Livramento.
It was a low bar, definitely.
And 8 of the viewers think he did. So
yeah, I mean the bar can't get much lower than
handing out the oranges quickly, getting a 9.
Hey, leave her out of it, you bastard. Right, there you go. That is the show done and dusted. Don't forget, guys, tomorrow is transfer deadline day. We are raising money for cancer research, Parkinson's UK, Young Minds, and Dementia UK. They're our 4 charities very, very close to our hearts on this channel. So we are raising money for those 4 charities once again this time around. We raised just a tad over £5,000 last time. Can we better it this time? Can we? It's a shorter period of time, though, with the window shutting earlier. So it's down to you guys. Can we beat that total from last deadline day? It's going to be a blast. We are actually hopefully going to be talking about Newcastle transfers most of the day, so we'll see. I do have a few super chats to read out before we finish, Alex.
But before we wrap up, can I just say a positive thing as well that I forgot to mention? Me and Billy talked about this last night. Somebody mentioned it early in the show as well. Just an optimistic take. The front 3 that played is not our proper front 3, so nobody panic. The front 3 against Wolves is very likely, well, obviously Gordon's still suspended, but after Wolves is very likely going to be Anthony Gordon, Voltemada, and Elanga. Yes. So none of which started against Leeds. So it's not all doom and gloom. It's definitely going to change.
So against Wolves, Billy will be over the moon because Barnes will be starting.
Well, he needs to pull his finger out and do something.
Yeah. Yeah, Paul, do us a favour though. Don't wear that top when we go against Wolves.
The thing is, though, if Hyde Barnes doesn't perform against him, he's got no argument about how Anthony Gordon comes straight back in, does he?
Very true. Very true. He needs to do better. Olasola says, in fairness to Asula, how many chances did the team create for him to score? Even if Isak was there was no service. Olasola, 3 times in the first half. There was 2 crosses from Murphy, the ball in from the miscontrol and the shot which hit his shin. Okay, plenty. Craig, Brentford in for Max Beer. Toon should be in for him. Maximilian Beer.
It's not proven though. He's a very highly rated young player, but he's not. That's riskier for us.
And Mark, I'm sure you do that on purpose tonight, Mark, dipping in just at the end of the show there. Did Gordon get a 1 match or a 3 match?
3. Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
I think he can play against Barcelona now. Everybody's
yes, he can. Yeah, he's not suspended for Europe. Definitely not. Right. Thank you very much, everybody. We start at 10:30 for this charity stream. We really need your help. It's 4 fantastic charities very close to our hearts. So please do donate what you can. It doesn't matter how much. We say this every deadline day. Whatever you can afford is fine. Whether just the fact that you've donated is more than enough. But let's just see if England can win it tomorrow, because once we get into the afternoon, we start getting the Americans in and the Australians in later on, and they think that they can donate the most, and we have a little bit of fun with that as well. So 10:30 start. It was going to be 10, but it's 10:30 because I've got to do a few trips in the car in the morning. So 10:30 we start all the way through till the window closes, and a little bit more after that to discuss what's happened. Thank you tonight for your super chats and memberships. Mods, thank you. Billy and Alex, thank you. And a huge thank you to you guys. Thank you for taking part in the player ratings, etc. And we'll see you for the marathon tomorrow. Billy, is your arse ready for it?
I beg your pardon? Yes, it will be.
You know exactly what I meant by that. And you had to make more out of it than what it was.
I'm going to have an early night tonight and have my arse well rested. It'll probably go to sleep itself because I'll leave it snoring.
Billy Trey, ladies and gentlemen, you've got him all day tomorrow, and I'm sure he'll be on top form. Right, Alex, we'll see you later on in the day, of course. We'll hopefully see Lady Sam as well. Thank you for everybody asking after her. She'll really appreciate that, and hopefully a few guests on as well. But until then, we bid you good night. Good night.
How are the lads and lasses?
Come back and check on the breeze.